This is Roni K95 here. Once again, it is time for a episode review. Well, this is basically an episode as a simple review. It's not basically a TV show, but no, this is a web series we're going to review, though. And this time we're going to be reviewing from Season 2 of Helluva Boss. For today's episode review is, we're going to be reviewing the episode Seeing Stars, because I heard this episode had some moments in that one, in case you all wondered as well. So, looking back where I have been, particularly the way of how I've been reviewing Helluva Boss, because I knew that it was from the creator Vivzy Pop, who worked on Has Been Hotel, as Hell Has Got to Me as well. Because I am reached to another level of adult animation, that's why. Because this is something I wanted to check out after anime, but for Helluva Boss, this just takes the cake as well. So, grab yourself a thing to get the whole leaps and bounds for this review, because this is the episode we're going to review, Seeing Stars, which is from the second season of Helluva Boss. Let's begin. Likewise about of how episode like Seeing Stars from the second season of Helluva Boss is that this carries some greater that helped the importance of how it develops the expectations of how the flawless to cater things in for the episode. Like Seeing Stars from Helluva Boss went very well. So this episode addresses something builds up for the Helluva Boss, despite that told within. So this episode starts off with Stolas talks about the young Octavia, about the story of Azeroth's tears. It seems that having a whole arguments with Stella, yeah, because that's just particularly of how this happened, which is something that's going on for what Stolas had a lot to do for that one. We get to where we see Blitz notices Luna, how he made her angry, especially Moxie's advice about Luna's attitude towards her clients. When Luna mentions that replacing her as a receptionist, so Blitz goes about the idea is that it made Luna very upset even more. So when Octavia is up to something in Blitzo's office, especially when it has a lot to do for this, and this wasn't very long until she finds herself in the human world. So when she's up to something, she was running into a corner to hide from people, when Blitzo has never realized when he's told Stolas about the situation when he reaches the phone. If this went very well, Stolas in his full demonic form is furious that Octavia figures out asking people if she could see the stars. So she finds the stars as if she was looking for when she was finding the pamphlet and where that says Starstruck Tours, and on it says something to expect for this in mind. By this time, of course, Stolas figured out the way that why is that Octavia left, so and Luna using her scent is that Octavia is in Los Angeles. So Stolas and the rest of IMP enter their portal to Los Angeles, which is in the human world. So Stolas and Luna transform in their human forms without the grimoire. If Stolas can use powers to give IMP human disguises, when Moxie and Millie stop by a series of people promote their businesses, the mix of music and art salesmen, Moxie needs money to pay people for the work. They tried to sell, despite Millie's opinion, how pointless may be after the bus tour. So Octavia realized her desire to look for the stars was misdirected. Blitzo the costume shop finding the way if he can disguise himself, it it works all too well. If he is mistaken for a celebrity named Brennan Rogers, as the fans wanted for autographs and selfies, then a TV crew takes him for a show to think Brennan Rogers was supposed to guest star in. So Blitzo refuses and attempts to escape. His attempts remain futile as he was thrown into a truck. Blitzo still sees hope, breaks the window, then advises Luna to look for Octavia. When Moxie and Millie sing a love song briefly to catch the attention to the tourists and others. When the tour was over, Octavia wanders around the city, ignores the things around her, and she passes a souvenir shop. She took a picture of the location. She looks at her own recent post that she posted it on her Instagram. After she takes her picture, especially her posts of her at random locations in Los Angeles. When Luna finds her at the same location, then she stops at an observatory just to look for her. Back at the Starstruck Studios, Blitzo is still going well with the acting as expected to play the scene where the family adopts Uji. It reminds him for the moment as the flashback where we get to see where when he first met Luna at the adoption center, sees the depressing condition Luna was in. Blitzo takes pity upon her. Yeah, it's just basically, it's particularly of how it's the whole beginnings of how this sets around from the very beginning as well, as far as like knows. The scene cuts back to the present. On set, Blitzo, outraged, refuses to give Uji, whatever you want to pronounce it, to the acting family. This led to the argument before Blitzo kills everyone on set. The studio was burning in a mass of flames. Blitzo grabs Stola's hand to escape the chaos and search for their daughters. They must have been dazed for this as well. Meanwhile, back at the observatory, Luna is still looking for Octavia until she finally spots her on the top of the ledge, sad and alone. For a moment of together, as Luna reverts back to her normal form, she talks to her about how Stolas is looking for her. She doesn't believe it, as Luna is the one who found her. Luna tells her that the relationship with fathers can be very difficult, but they have always tried their best to be their children. Luna reveals that Stolas is somewhere around in the city, looking for Octavia. She returns to the Grimoire to Luna and thanks her with a hug. Yeah, as a token of her gratitude. Yeah, it's just basically of how it's considered, how it's their token of gratitude, particularly. Ready for return to Stolas. When Blitzo and Stolas search for their daughters, so Luna and Octavia teleport to them via portal. Stolas embraces Octavia, relieved that she is okay, then questions why she ran off. Caught up in the divorce, probably? Well, that's the good question. Stolas forgotten about it. He apologizes to his daughter, who forgives him and says that she's glad that he's here now, with the fireworks shoot up in the sky, and Octavia takes the time to enjoy the moment. So Moxie and Millie are ready to head back by entering the portal to help IMP headquarters. Moxie, having collected many of the souvenirs, is stopped by another salesman. For Millie, it was fed up with Moxie's naivety, kills the salesman and carries Moxie through the portal. So that's just basically the story of how it goes, particularly. despite this episode has its flaws and all that, because some may have mixed feelings about this episode, like this all has, particularly of how it goes, in the way how this episode from the second season of Helluva Boss did. You know, the flashbacks and the moments and the origins on there. You know, this episode, well, to me, this one has its moments, especially when Blitzo has a flashback of when he first adopted Luna from the adoption center, because she was all depressed in the adoption center, because it was not in a good way. Because that's particularly the origin. You know, it's just basically, it's just all it's given in the emotion in the face. You know, it's given of how the sad and lonely depression has depicted in this episode. Yeah, that's part of one of the first moments in this episode. Progresses of how the way it goes as well. Yet another kind for this, especially accordingly for what I come by for an episode like Helluva Boss, is considering the fact of this has, despite this episode almost has its flaws though, but apparently though, this is your typical episode to feature Octavia and Stolas that are also part in this episode as well. Now, of course, this has got to the case for this one as well. Like other episodes of Helluva Boss, this episode has its moments. I didn't know about this until now, and it seems very fantastic for any episode that has its moments, particularly. And it was a whole new level of what you expect from adult animation, taking to another level. It's not exactly a part of the whole hocus pocus kind of thing, and this captures the imagination. You know, you had most of them in general, like unlike other ones, it's not like how, particularly, it's not like how you're stuffing in the faces the way it did as well. Because, you know, the viewer discretion is advised on here, like at the beginning of the episode, where, you know, you see the portal and, you know, the pentagram and all these other things as well, particularly. The story was very good, and it's very well written, and this show gets it very better and better as it goes as well. I mean, the characters, yeah, we have some characters that are part of the story that I mentioned earlier, which is Stolas and Octavia in that one as well, if I'm not mistaken as well, because, you know, those are demon characters in the Helluva Boss as well, because, you know, it's just basically on their portals, two different portals in the setting as well, like, you know, the demon world in hell, the demon world in hell, and the human world as well. Yeah, it's just basically just considering of how the settings of depending on each episode is how it goes as well. And this just takes the cake, that's why. And not only that, you get the picture though as well. And it was all overwhelming as well. I mean, the animation's good though. It makes it a lot better as what this episode goes, and the production's very good. It was very good, made as well. So for overall, despite this episode has some of its likes or the dislikes on there. Some may like this episode, some may hate it, but this episode has gotten very good of how it makes the show very better, like for a web series like Helluva Boss as well. And yeah, this makes it very good. Although this episode, like Seeing Stars from the second season of Helluva Boss, has its moments, but overall, this is worth watching though, because I never knew that this episode has its moments. Very interesting. Yeah, because, well, there's most episodes in certain television as well. Well, Despite that, Helluva Boss is a web series, that's why. And now, of course, my score for this episode, 10 out of 10. So, yeah. In case if you wonder as well. So, final thoughts as well, because I have wanted to come by for this one because I just wanted to realize as well. And this is one of those episodes that has its moments to remember, because this has got to me as well. It's more different as well than any other episodes that I have ever saw before or since in my life, though. More different than any other ones that I've seen previously as well, for what I come by to this accordingly. Just to give you a word for that as well. But then again, just considered, unlike the previous episodes on there, this all comes in surprises as well, in case you wonder why as well, for how I wanted to know for an episode like Seeing Stars, which is part of Season 2 of Helluva Boss. That's why, because, well, you know you had Metalocalypse, all these other shows as well, because it's particularly of how it's not like how you're stuffing it in people's faces the way of how Helluva Boss did with the viewer discretion is advised thing, where you see the pentagram and all this other things as well, because this has got, so I'm gonna take it that's particularly the whole thing for this as well, I guess. So that's going to be it for my episode review of Seeing Stars from Season 2 of Helluva Boss for today. Thank you for watching, but before we go, be sure to click on the subscribe button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, especially if you're new to my channel, because I've been literally getting into album reviews as from like heavy metal bands as well, and other cool things as well. I'm also getting into concert vlog videos, as well as a lot of different collecting hobbies in the variety of it for what's in store for this one. And not only that, I'm also getting into, I guess you could say, Battle Jacket updates, because I have a feeling that I'm going to start some more Battle Jacket update videos, that's why. In case if you all wonder as well, accordingly, just to give you my curiosity as well. And not only that, I'm also, because I have a whole different variety of collecting of it in general, that's why. Be sure to smack the like button if you enjoyed the video, hit the notifications bell button, be sure to get notified also as well for more latest updates. Be sure to leave the comments in the comment section below if you like as well. And also be sure to check out my Anime Planet or Analyst, because I've been literally getting a letterbox, that's why. And that's all I have, what I got for today. This is Rurouni K95 saying thank you for watching my video. I'm glad you liked it. Hope you enjoy it. Hope to see you soon for the next video. Be sure to stay safe and stay healthy and have a great day. This is Rurouni K95 signing off. Thank you for watching my video, and I will see you soon for more videos that I got on plan for what's in store. Take care. Ta-ta for now for this video. Stay tuned for more videos. Bye.